grab you a cup of coffee, and today we are going to be talking about my 5 things that I am packing for my Disney cruise. Hey everyone, thank you so much for joining us today. This is one of my favorite videos to talk about. I love talking about Disney cruises because that was one of the first family vacations that we were able to do. It was such a relaxing time, and we're really looking forward to our upcoming Disney Wish cruise that's weeks away. So today I'm already starting some pre-packing, and we're also kind of slowly laying out specific outfits and looking at shopping lists and things. But today I wanted to talk to you about 5 things that I must pack for a Disney cruise. Now, I will go ahead and tell you that one of the things on here I don't physically have in person because I need to go to the store and get them because it's not something I normally have in my house all the time, but I'll be explaining that here in a minute. So let's go ahead and get to it. Number 1 for today is lanyards. Now, I know you're going to say that's not actually lanyards. So what I did was, this is a pouch that years ago I was a travel agent, and I tried doing travel agency in East Tennessee area to sell packages for Disney to earn the money for our next cruise. And a lot of people in this area just don't use travel agents. Plus, for us, when we travel, we actually have a family member that we work with them. They're a Disney Vacation Club member, and you don't use a travel agent when you use Disney Vacation Club. You call and do that in person. So, and also things ended up shutting down in 2020, and it just didn't really work for our family. But there were some moments that I did enjoy about it, and one of them was I got to do a thing where we were doing packages to Hawaii, not for Disney but for somebody else. But this pouch is really handy. So a big zipper pouch is a must for this. But if you look inside, it has the start. It doesn't have all of them, but it does have the start to our lanyards. So this is a basic one that we had last time. And the reason why you need a lanyard is if you don't have the money to upgrade to the Magic Band Plus, which is $35 to $45 per person to buy the Magic Band Plus to upload it for your key for your room, this is what will hold your key to the World Card. But the key to the World Card also has your dining rotation schedule and other things on it. Last time the Magic Band Plus was not a thing, we just found it easier to always have something easy to have it on there. Like I said, Key to the World Card also opens the door to your room. So we found it easier to do lanyards. Now for little kids, we did either around the neck, or we just simply did the ones that I don't have any on me, that just clipped onto their shirts. And since we were doing all the videos after we got back, it wasn't really that big of a deal for us to have them clipped on their shirts. Plus, they were never without us unless they were at kids club, so I wasn't worried about somebody looking at their key and seeing what room they were in. So we just left them clipped on them because I think even to check them into Oceaneer Club, they had to have their key to the World Card. So around the neck worked, and just clipping them to their shirts for younger kids. But now that our kids are older, and what I found personally that worked really great for me on our last trip, is you can go to, I think, Dollar Tree and Walmart and buy just the sleeves. But right now, you saw a shorts video that we did and a full grocery haul Walmart we did. You can now buy Disney themed retractable lanyards. The reason why I personally really love the retractables was, when you have little kids, you're usually carrying something. When you're going to board, I've got a travel bag that I have that currently has our passports in it, has any documentation that I might need, anything like that, over-the-counter medication that we'll need, we might need immediately upon boarding, Rolaids, sunscreen, things like that are going to be in my carry-on bag. Well, if I'm going to be carrying something, I don't want to have to take a lanyard, stretch to the door. This stays clipped to me, and then it stretches to the door to unlock it for me. So that's why I really, really like the retractable ones. And like I said, I have all teens now, so all of my teens will probably have a retractable unless they just prove that they can't be trustworthy with them. But right now, I'm pretty sure I can trust them to not hurt themselves or hurt others or, break a retractable one. But like I said, there are also some cute options right now. There's a Stitch one and a Winnie the Pooh one, at least at our Walmart, of just the ones you wear around your neck. But also, the other thing is, you're going to be in the Caribbean, and for us, it's going to be way hotter there. than it is in our normal home area at the time that we're leaving for our trip. So like, you know, hot and heat and, you know, I don't like stuff rubbing on my neck whenever it's already hot. So that's the reason why I like the retractables. Number 2 is an item that we did not take on our last cruise, but we kind of had something similar, and it is collapsible laundry hampers. What we ended up doing last time was we put our garbage bag in our closet in our stateroom to hold laundry, but that also meant that we didn't have anywhere to put like hanging laundry each night. Now we do also travel with a Downy wrinkle release, and it does and the proceeds do go to Made by Nehemiah, which is a second chance employer here in the US, and I love supporting Made by Nehemiah anytime I can. But also, like I said, yeah, it's great. We can use the Downy wrinkle release, but I would love to be able to hang dinner clothes at least each morning and then put the wrinkle release on and then not have to do it like immediately before going out the door. So this time we're bringing these. Now this one we've been taking on trips. You've seen us take it. Specifically, I know we took it to Michigan, Canada, and Pigeon Forge. This one we just purchased because we have not 1, but 2 staterooms for our party of 8, and they're connecting rooms. So, I mean, even worst case, if the other adults that are going with 2 of our kids in one room and then us with another, because it just works better for a cruise to have kids 2 and 2. Well, if you have 4 kids like us, but it just works better to have them 2 and 2. We can still put 2 of these in our stateroom, and the staterooms are so big that like you don't really have to worry about space. So these are an absolute must because it will definitely help us keep the laundry organized. And these will also fit this beside me right here. But Matt has the largest of our Samantha Brown luggage. If we just don't even want to like take the clothes out of here, you actually can put them in there. And I did see somebody talk about recently that it's ridiculously easy to do laundry on a cruise. But honestly, like, I don't want to have to take away from that last night to do the laundry before we go. And I know some people like that just works better for them. But I would rather have that last night with just Matt while the kids are at the teen club to just be able to relax and do whatever we want to do, like on the cruise ship. So I'm going to just bring this to bring dirty clothes home with. Normally I would do the laundry, but it's okay. So, and also if we do get to add the land portion of our trip, we will be doing laundry like right before we go. The room that we're looking at has bedrooms. So like one for mine and Matt's bedroom and one for the kids' bedroom. Do the laundry before we go. And then they'll pack right back down and be ready for our cruise. Number 3 is comfort items from home. One of the things that helped so much with having last time on our cruise a 6-year-old, an 8-year-old, a 10-year-old, and then my 9-year-old niece came as well. For my 3 kids was having like a Disney stuffy that they could bring with them to hug while they were on the ship. And also whenever you have kids, the stateroom hosts, or anytime you bring stuffed animals on a ship, the stateroom hosts are great about like at night they'll like move them around and play with them. And every night when the kids came to bed, the stuffed animals were on the beds and they were happy where they were. It was nice to have something from home. My absolute favorite one that all of us are going to be bringing, except for my husband, like the rest of us, my kids are now teens, they're still going to be bringing theirs, and I'm going to be bringing mine, is Pillow Pet. If I were to ask my teens one thing from their 2017 cruise that they wish that they had brought whenever they were younger, it would have been their pillow pets. Pillow pets are just such a nice comfort item from home that kind of like still smells like home. It's something that you can hug at night. And for me, what I use it for when I travel is I use this in place of like hugging a pillow or something else because it helps me to be able to relax and go to sleep better at night. Plus the pillow pets are so soft. The other thing I absolutely love about them is they can actually fold in half and make it easier to pack down, and they are machine washable, and then you just lay them out on a flat surface to dry, so we can wash them before and after our trip. If you'd like to purchase a pillow pet for any of your upcoming travels, click the link below and use our coupon code to get 10% off of your entire order. Item number 4 is the one thing I don't have right now, and it is night lights. So this was something that I had read ahead when I was doing research for our very first Disney cruise. Like, what was the one thing I needed in my cabin, I had the 6 and 8-year-old, and then my family member had the 9 and 10-year-old. So I had the smallest one. Like, she had the bed rail, and they would push the table up against her bed at night, and then she would sleep on the bottom bunk, and then my 8-year-old was on the top bunk. And everybody said night lights, because one thing that I think we forget until we're on the ship is, like, there's no street lights. If the cruise ship isn't making the light in the middle of the ocean, in the middle of the night, and there's no full moon, it's dark. Like, it's like dark, dark. And you don't really realize it until you're on board, but it gets super dark. So one of the things that helped was in each room, and even my family member, I had bought one for their room too. And they were like, wow, that was a really good idea, because if anybody got up in the middle of the night and used the bathroom, they weren't like stumbling through the stateroom. They could use the nightlight to go. We'll try to, guys. I mean, we're going to be on vacation. And it's so hard because, like, I want to film so much, but also I want to also be in the moment when we're on these trips. So I'll try. But what I did when we went to Pigeon Forge was I kind of did a room tour. And then I showed you what the room looked like once we moved in, is what we call it, our moving in process for the time that we're there. And then I'll try to show you all of that, and also show you how we do like our charging setup with like the night lights and all that, because so many people are worried about, like, and we'll talk about this in the next video, things that you cannot bring on a Disney cruise. Or I think it's the next one, but one of the upcoming videos is things you cannot bring on Disney cruise. So I will kind of show that setup. But yeah, we do bring night lights, and it does actually help a lot, especially like if anybody needs to go up in the middle of the night, or like whenever we get up first thing in the morning, if we get up like right at sunrise, it still helps to have that extra light in the room. Number 5 for our absolute things that we just have to pack for a Disney cruise is obviously sunscreen and sun protection items. So this is Matt's hat that he ended up buying on Castaway Cay, because our first day on a beach together as a family was Nassau. We went to Balmoral, and Balmoral is no longer on the Disney ones because, like, it was not our favorite experience, but we did get to still be on a beach together. But his head burnt so bad because he keeps his hair super short, because if not, it's really thick and uncomfortable. And we were more worried about him like getting too hot with it. So, but then his head burnt. So then we went to Castaway Cay. He bought this hat. And this has been a hat that has now gone with us anytime we're going anywhere in the summertime. He wears this hat whenever we are out in the sun. Other things that we have packed to prepare for like that we're going to be closer to the equator kind of trip is, you saw in one of our Sam's Club hauls recently, we are buying more long sleeve swimwear shirts to protect arms, because I have 2 that burn super easy, one that's extremely pale, and then one that is a redhead. So we are buying like the long sleeve shirts to wear. We also are buying more like lightweight clothes to wear over things like in between water. What we do, and some people say this is excessive, but again, I have 2 that burn extremely easily, and I would rather be overpacked in this one area than anywhere else. I buy 1 bottle of sunscreen per person, minimum SPF 50. I prefer SPF 75. My preferred brand right now is Neutrogena, and I can't remember which brand we use specifically for the face. It may just be the CeraVe, but we use a different one for the face. And I'll cover all of that in the final packing video, because I don't buy sunscreen until like right before the trip. Because when it happened last time was there was a recall on sunscreen like within weeks of our trip, and I think we ended up having to throw out like $50 worth of sunscreen. So like when you're on a budget like us and you plan these trips way in advance and pay for everything as you go, that's a lot of money. So we wait until like absolute last minute, the Friday before we are leaving, to purchase sunscreen. Some things to also keep in mind if you're going to a reef safe place when on your cruise is make sure that your sunscreen is reef safe. I have heard rumor from other people who have traveled to Australia and Hawaii that they will actually, when you come through, will throw your sunscreen away if it's not reef safe, because some of the sunscreens are actually killing the reef. So if you're going on a cruise to one of those places, please make sure, and what most people are saying now that travel to Hawaii frequently, and if you want a person who does that, Dana Creates, she goes to Hawaii every year with her family. They own their own business and save up and go once a year. But they're also on the West Coast, so like it's easier for them. But she said one of the biggest tips that she gives is don't buy sunscreen until you're in Hawaii. So like if you're doing a Disney cruise to Hawaii, wait to go to Costco or Sam's Club on the island because they only sell Reef Safe. I've heard the same thing about Australia. So do make sure that it is reef safe if you're going to do a reef. But that is it for today. Those are my 5 things that I am packing for our upcoming Disney cruise. Like I said, I kind of feel bad because I forgot that I didn't have the nightlight already ready. But again, also like I'll probably wait until a little last minute for that because it's something that's semi-breakable and I'm going to need to pack it pretty carefully. But that's it for today's video. Thank you to all of our members for supporting this content and allowing us to continue making videos. And thank you to every single one of you because liking, watching, positive comments, and subscribing is a huge help to our channel and allows us to be able to save up to take these big adventures because like we've got so much that we're celebrating in this trip, and like that's why we're doing such a big trip. And I'm so thankful to every single one of you for your support as we plan this trip, and we look forward to taking you on the Disney Wish for the first time for our family, and we will see you next time.